Welcome to Sweethearts or Rivals. I'm Charlotte.
I'm Justin.
What's on our table today? Istanbul.
Istanbul and the expansion.
Mocha Baksheesh.
That's right.
So, what we're doing today is just going to give our impressions of the expansion.
Yes.
So, just briefly, what does the expansion add to the game?
The expansion adds 4 new tiles that give you new ways of getting gems. It also gives you a new resource to manage, which is coffee. And it also gives you access to some new bonus cards called guild cards, which are much more powerful than the regular bonus cards, but you actually have to use your entire turn to use them.
Right.
It adds those tiles to the layout of the board, some new bonus cards, some new special powers.
It adds this coffee person.
And a new encounter guy. It also replaces 2 of the original tiles. It replaces the Caravanserai. Still works the same, but now you get a coffee whenever you go there. And it also replaces the Wainwright, which it doesn't change the tile at all, but it adds the symbol in the corner because of some of the new bonus cards.
Mm-hmm.
It doesn't actually change any of the gameplay. Your turn still pretty much goes the same as it was before, except if you want to play one of the guild cards because they're so powerful. If you do that, that is your entire turn.
Right.
Other than that, it's the same.
Mm-hmm.
Cool.
So, what do you think the expansion brings to the game?
It brings some new paths to victory, which I really like. Because before, games were always very tight because everybody was doing the same thing.
Right.
And there was only a couple of different ways to do that. And so I always found that at the end of a game, it's like I won, and everyone else was 1 or 2 turns behind me at the most because we're all trying to do the same thing.
Usually, always.
Yeah. So this way, there's the coffee house. If you can get some coffee beans, there's a new way to get gems right there.
Right.
As well as the tavern. If you get coffee beans and some other resources, that is also a new way to get gems.
And it's interesting because originally we missed the rule that said where they come from. We just thought they were from extra, supply.
Yeah, right off the board.
Hi, Kaylee.
Hi, Kales.
But where they come from is from these areas here.
Yeah.
So then you can increase the cost for the other players to get those
I like
gems. I like that a lot too.
Because you can actually look what are you going for? Look, you got a ton of cash. I'm going to take one from the gemstone dealer, and it's going to cost you more.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that's awesome.
Cool. It's an awesome way to do that.
The other thing I really like about it is the guild cards, really big. I like really big, powerful things. That's very cool, but to give up an entire turn to use it, that's a really good decision. What do I do there?
And especially where when you go there, you get to pick 2, and you have to choose between 2. So you're thinking, okay, so how many turns is this going to take up?
Which one of these is going to be worth to give up a turn?
Exactly.
Yeah, but the powers are awesome. And then also with the tavern, getting you these new powers. You don't get a gemstone for collecting these like you do the mosques, but these powers are awesome.
Yeah. Well, I mean, they really did this one here. When you use it, you can shoot any number of spaces across the board or up the row in the same row or column.
Yeah. You have to go in a straight line, but you can go as far as you want.
Right. And they're adding 4 tiles to the board. So that's really important to get because it really helps you move around the board.
Yeah.
This is a really interesting thing that we really haven't dabbled too much in yet.
That is interesting, yeah.
Because if you've got a player that's always going in the same path over and over again, you can really mix up their strategy a little bit.
So this is a barrier, and when you get this, you get to place it between 2 tiles, and then nobody is allowed to cross that unless they have this, which you also get. I think, honestly, if we were playing more than a 2-player game, that would be more effective. And so I could see it being played more.
I think if we played this a lot, then that would also come into play more, because you would be able to predict. You'd be so used to the game, you'd be able to look over at your player, your opponent, and predict kind of where they're going.
True.
And then it would be worth it to take your turn to go grab it, and then to try to foil their plans.
Yep.
Yeah.
The guild cards, you probably want to get some of those early if possible. When I went to the guild hall, I got 2 cards. The first one said, if you don't have one of the power tiles from the small mosque, pay 1 good and get it. The other one was, take 1 tile from the great mosque that you don't already own, pay 1 of the required goods. I had already gotten all of them. This was completely useless.
Oh, that's funny.
Yeah.
And I had gotten mine early and let me get my Wainwright for free, and that allowed me to get my gem in the same turn because I only had 1 left.
That was impressive.
So
very cool. I like what it adds.
I like what it adds a lot, actually. I feel that it brings a lot to the game, and it made it more enjoyable. And not just because I won my first game with the expansion, because as regular viewers will know, I had never won Istanbul ever, and we had played it a lot of times.
Yep.
I say that 2 times because it's really a lot that we've played it, because I keep trying to want to win.
Yep.
So anyway, I felt accomplished, and I don't know if it was just, my time, of course, because or if because there are so many different ways to go about getting your gems and whatnot, it really helped me not have to focus so hard or something.
Possibly. Because Istanbul is like the whole thing is wrapped up in just efficiency. Doing everything super efficient. And I think maybe that first time we played with the expansion, suddenly there was all these things I wanted to explore, and I explored them without being efficient.
Oh, I see. So you're saying I'm never going to win again?
No, it's not that. I'm not saying that at all. You could possibly win. I think it was a very close game this time, too.
It was, yeah. Oh, but you would have... The game that we just played, I was still quite a few ways away to get a gem. Because I hadn't figured out yet how I was going to get my last gem.
But I got both of these powers right away. And I was able to get a lot of goods.
You were able to get a lot of money.
Yeah. And using those lots of goods, get a ton of money. And I think it all came down to some bonus cards, because I was able to go to the Wainwright twice in a row. Yes,
and you were able to go here twice in a row.
Exactly.
And I think those cards, if you're able to get them from here, that really can change the course of the game drastically. Yeah, just being able to do those things
bonus
twice.
Cards that let you do something twice, they're
because
powerful.
If you've gone there and then you go 2 spaces, you can't go 2 back without picking up your person. Yeah. So to be able to use that twice on 1 move is really powerful.
And I think I got that gemstone dealer twice. I think I got that right at the beginning of the game.
Yes.
So that became like my whole strategy. Okay, do anything I need to do to get a ton of money right away. Right. And that's what I did. Yeah. And it worked. Yeah.
So all in all, I would have to recommend this if you like Istanbul. And even if you don't find it stale, I would still recommend to get the expansion.
It does open up a lot of different paths, it makes it a better game.
Yeah. Because we're not really reviewing it. This is more of our impressions. We've only played it a couple of times.
Yep.
But in those 2 times, it's made a huge impression on me.
Yeah.
And I really like it.
Yep. If you enjoy Istanbul, but you are finding that it's getting a little samey, a little stale, this is definitely going to open up a lot of new stuff as well. Yeah. So definitely recommend it. Yeah. Awesome expansion. Yeah. Cool.
Anything else you want to say about it?
That was good. I like it.
We said a lot already. So.
Yeah. I'm good.
Okay.
I've said my piece.
Awesome. I can't wait to play again because I'm going to
You're going to take me?
I'm going to win next time, for sure.
Okay. Yeah. Thanks for watching.
We'll see you in the next video.
Laters.